my name is Gonzalo Mejia, and today I'm going to answer the questions about how the teacher from the movie Freedom Riders, the Mrs. Gruwell, she constructed her teacher identity according with these questions. Okay, for the first question, I'm going to answer. Initially, a factor is that is a paramount and that plays a fundamental role in the in Mrs. Grauen's educational construction is her vocation. Without that vocation, this teacher would not have the strength or courage to face a context as complicated as the one she was facing. Nor would she have the desire to move forward with the transformation of the lives of her students. Another factor that influenced her teaching identity is her determination, her positivism, and her joy to teach. And since she had opinions for her home, where her father didn't support morally in this decision to be teacher, because he saying that is just another job, the teacher. But although she in principle began to take this career to please her father, but the time passed, and she discovered that she really felt a vocation and passion for what she did, and discovered a reason for being not only as a teacher but as a human being. Although this means having a personal crisis and personal problems because she lost her marriage, and she didn't give up in her eagerness go for education. Okay, to answer the second question, a component that awakens that teacher identity is the teacher. The teacher is the context in which her students find the students are involved. Not only does it speak of that context of violence or gangs, but also of a context in which the students themselves are given in a social and academic segregation, where they were not given resources to continue with their formative process. On the other hand, her co-workers treat her as a simple newbie. So one aspect plays a decisive role in the construction of her identity, since she wants to discover herself as a teacher and at the same time prove that she can do a good job. And the constant interaction of the context makes her reflect on her work and adapting each day to the educational context in which she works. Institutional administrative policies and therefore the bureaucracy and this handle with the school also impact on the identity of this teacher, and since thanks to her determination and vocation, the identity is reaffirmed by carrying out with the educational projects that she developed already, that she does receive support or resources from the school administration in any moment. Okay, for the third question is, although the teacher seems to come from an educational context and upper middle social class, where apparently her education was of quality and didn't face contexts of violence or lack of opportunities, she may have a teaching model, and when she was studying the bachelor's degree, I don't know, that teacher, we know a teacher who impacts in us or any person during our career, in this case in teaching profession. I think she could have important identity in her process of internship as well, or practicum, and maybe she was working with kids, and maybe is why she has a positive image of education. But I think it was the first point in which he was constructing her identity. Okay, in the last question, and to answer this, to this little experience, it takes a long time to capture the attention of students, how to reach them. And as time goes by, her speech, her way of being changes, but never leaving aside what she wants to project as a teacher. Her teaching practice is not only focused on teaching his students about literature, but thanks to the content she teaches, and she managed to find elements to promote interests and learning, finding effective materials and effective methods. One aspect that strongly defines her identity as a teacher, and especially as a human being, in her concern for the well-being of students, concern that is transmitted in limited in the work in the classroom. And the content within the class was not only limited to literature, there were also spaces to reflection for everyone, including herself, because according to the situation that was presented, she devised strategies not only to teach the content, but to give life lessons with general themes, because she speaks about the Nazis, etc. Her beliefs and conceptions regarding teaching give her strong elements to be a purposeful teacher. Although within his work, this seems to be a negative point, he's very her strong conviction favored that the work was successful, achieved a high level of learning in her students. Thank you very much and have a good night.